All right, guys, listen. Jokes are all well and good. I'd like to take a couple minutes right now and talk about something that is important to me. And I will preface this by saying there's a lot of people right now who say that stand-up comedians should just stick to comedy and not talk about anything else. I disagree. I think that stand-up comedy doesn't always have to be funny. Stand-up comedy doesn't always have to be entertaining. Sometimes it's about speaking truth to power. Sometimes it's about pointing out wrongs in the world, even though it might not be popular. So please, indulge me. With all the terrible things going on in America right now, and you know exactly what I'm fucking talking about. With all the terrible things going on in this country right now, the thing that drives me the most crazy are the people who see all this awful stuff happening and they still flip out over the little things. My biggest pet peeve in America today are people who see all this horrible stuff going on and yet they still overreact to shit that just does not matter. For example, have you ever dropped a baby? Holy shit, do people overreact. You drop a baby in America today, I swear, people hit the roof before the baby even touches the floor. And it's not a big deal. How do I know? Because I do it all the time. In fact, I don't think I've ever held a baby to completion. And you might be thinking, Anthony, how could you drop a baby? You ever held a baby? How could you not? It's so easy. It's a two-step process, maybe less. Should you ask Anthony, why would anyone ever let you hold their baby? The answer is simple: negligence. I love it. It's a hobby. The only negative, the only drawback as far as I'm concerned, the embarrassment. People try to shame you when you drop their baby, even though I almost always make it look like an accident. That's why this is so great. You ever do this? You ever drop a baby? And then scoop it right back up before anybody sees you? No shit. Best feeling in the world. You just hand the baby back and no one is the wiser. Especially not that baby. Happened to me just last weekend. I was at a party. One of my friends came up and said, Anthony, I gotta go to the bathroom. Will you hold my baby? And I tell the truth. I'm always 100% honest. I say, yeah, for a little bit. Held that baby 30, 45 seconds, a personal best. Dropped the baby. Scooped it right back up before anybody saw me. And it was close, too. I once asked the crowd in Houston that question. They just started firing their guns in the air. It didn't even let me finish the question. I don't own a gun. I'm against guns, to be honest. When I was a kid, my parents had a gun. My parents said we had to have a gun. Gotta have a gun to protect the 5 children. Gotta have a gun to protect our 5 children. Of course, they eventually got rid of it to protect their 4 children. I'm not gonna lie, it was fun while it lasted. I was getting pretty good towards the end. But man, my parents were strict. Mom and Dad were strict. My mom and dad once made me smoke an entire pack of cigarettes. An entire pack of cigarettes in one sitting, just to teach me an important lesson about brand loyalty. Yeah, I learned a lot from my parents, especially my dad. Like, I'll never forget the first time I ever got a bad report card in school. First time I got a bad report card in school, I brought it home, I gave it to my dad, and my dad beat me. Beat the hell out of me. But I learned something. Because the next time I got a bad report card in school, I brought it home, and I gave it to my mom. Let her take the hit. Yeah. My dad was a hard ass. One of those guys who believed that men just learn by doing things, you know? You don't take classes. You don't read the instructions. You just do it and you figure it out. Like when I was a kid, I never got to take swimming lessons. No, my dad would just pick me up and throw me in the water to teach himself CPR. As a kid, my dad's prized possession, my dad's favorite thing in the world growing up, my dad was the proud owner of a Mickey Mantle rookie card. Mickey Mantle rookie baseball card, mint condition, kept it between 2 little pieces of plastic. But I was a kid. I didn't know any better. One day I took that card to school and I traded it to a classmate for a candy bar. You know what that card is worth today? My relationship with my father. I mean it, my dad was no joke. My dad did not fuck around. My dad did not trust anybody. My dad did not trust anyone. In fact, he had a saying, but he wouldn't tell me. What, too clever for you? That joke is fucking amazing. My sister just had a baby. My sister had a baby to try to save the relationship. But I still don't talk to her. Guys, this is gonna take forever. Life can be funny sometimes, right? Like, I can't get into details right now. But earlier this week, I received the single greatest phone call of my life. And then just 5 minutes later, I got another call telling me that my dad is in the hospital. I said, yeah, I just heard. I mean, look, I don't want to give you guys the wrong impression, you know. I didn't hate my father. My father wasn't a bad guy. For instance, I never once, not ever, saw my dad hit my mother. I mean, he was quick, and you can't teach speed. That comes from him. I remember when I was 13, my mom got diagnosed with Parkinson's, and my dad just gave up immediately. Said, I can't deal with this, I can't live like this, and packed up his car. So as a 13-year-old boy, I had to be the one to roll up my sleeves and say, okay, guess I'm going with Dad. Sounds like Mom needs some alone time. And I think like a lot of guys, I'll never forget the one time I saw my dad's penis. I said, Dad, don't text me shit like that. When I was a kid, my family used to move around a lot, but now they're all fat as fuck. To give you an idea, of how crazy my family is, I'm not even the biggest asshole in my own family. I had this cousin. Everybody hated this cousin. My own family hated this cousin. And then a couple of years ago, my cousin fell off of a horse and broke his neck. We all refer to that as the Superman incident.